Hi, so I'm Taylor Rose, and I just kind of wanted to go over some things about law of love, and there's a lot more to it than what I even thought. And it kind of makes sense because love is amazing. Okay, I mean, if you want, once you know of it, you'll agree. So love is the highest vibrational frequency. It's of God. It's infinite love. So when I'm talking about vibrational frequencies and on the scale of what things vibrate at. So you have anger, resentment, loneliness, sadness. Those are the low vibes. Okay, it's a low vibe. So when people are going around and it's just don't mess with my vibe. Stuff like that. I guess. It's don't mess with their way that they're feeling about life. You know what I'm saying? But a whole lot of people don't even really understand that love is the highest frequency of all. Love conquers all. Love can transform anything, any person, from a beast into a person, right? Love is beautiful. Love is magnificent. Okay. And all those low vibes of anger, frustration, resentment, and stuff like that, those are low vibes. All right. So if you think about our electromagnetic field, our energy, our aura, a person that's got love in their heart, because that's where it is. It's in your heart. It's like a feeling, love. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. If you got love in your heart, and it'll radiate out from you, and people will notice that, because in this world nowadays, it's so dark, but turn around. Okay, we're turning around. Okay, it's gonna happen. I promise. I promise. It will happen. But people notice that. They're like, dang, man, what's up with that girl? And it's not really all about looks on the outside, your physical appearance. No, it's how you feel on the inside. Okay, because everything is energy, and love is the highest vibration of all of it. So people will notice. Okay, so love conquers all. Love is the total and complete acceptance of what is. Love is unconditionally allowing. So the ability to receive also means living in non-judgment, meaning allowing yourself to be who and what you are in each present moment, and allowing other people to be who and what they are. So it's we really create and form our own reality. And if you practice the law of love, which really transcends all the other laws, love is above all of it. If you practice the law of love, you are going to allow. It's the state of allowing. Okay, it's the art of allowing. All right, so that doesn't necessarily mean that you got to allow yourself to stick yourself in a situation that you're not going to be happy in. No, you could always move from that situation and go to a different situation, because of the love that you have for yourself. But love is allowing for another person to be who they are and not trying to control them. That's of love. And unconditional love is when you love unconditionally. It's just how the Bible says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it keeps no records of wrongs. It's forever and everlasting, if you truly have it. So the divine love, So if we hurt others, we will experience pain. Okay, so that's the karma. It's just law of karma, cause and effect, right? And if we love others, we will experience love. Love will come into your life, because we attract everything that comes to us, right? And so it's really our thoughts, the way that we feel about things, the way that we put ourselves out there into the world every single day, the way that we portray ourselves and project our own emotions off, our energy off, right? So it's if you love another, love is pleasing, whatever pleases is accepted, right? That's another law, right? Whatever pleases is accepted. Not people pleasing, okay, but being of love, being of light, being of good nature, being caring, but so if you love another, you're more than likely, you're probably going to get that love back. Maybe not the way that you expect it, but people are going to notice, and people are going to that energy that you have. If you have love in your heart, people are going to they're going to be drawn to you. They're going to be like, oh, this is healing. Love is healing. Okay. So, but if you hurt others, you will experience pain. So that karma does come back. It's just the law of karma. So the 7 spiritual laws of love. So state of love is one of the highest electric frequencies we can reach. Okay. So number 1, coherence. And coherence, if by definition, it kind of means living in harmony with ourselves first and foremost, and with others. Okay. So the first and most primary relationship we have is with the self in divine union, and with all that is. So basically it's to love oneself no matter what is going on around us, no matter what circumstance you find yourself in, no matter what situation you might have stepped right up into. It's to love self first and foremost, because that's going to be the healthiest thing for everybody, is if everyone like really tries to, not tries, but does, just does appreciate themselves for who they are and finds that divine love within inside themselves. But I'll go explaining it a little bit further. So love is our natural way of being. When we operate with love, we vibrate a signal which brings us into harmony with the primordial blueprint of love at the core of all creation. So it's like, yeah, so I mean, like we send off that electric all that energy of love or whatever, and like it brings us into harmony with what everything really is supposed to be. We start to see more truths. We start to we get these spiritual gifts the more that we raise our consciousness, right? So like discernment, the gift of discernment, whether to know if something's going to be good for you or not, like whether to pull out the race or not, because you can just kind of see like ahead of time, like a foresight or insight, about, or like a prophetically, like just like being able to see the bigger picture of things, right? So like so love is our natural way of being. When we operate with love, we vibrate a signal which brings us into harmony with the blueprint of love at the core of its creation. So we are beings of vibration, and the frequency of love carries the harmonic wavelengths that represent the very essence and presence of life. Okay, when we look outside of ourselves for love, we already lost it. So to feel like you are already without, you obviously aren't going to have love in your heart. You know what I mean? Love starts within. So to look outside of yourself, like for love anywhere else, like say in a person or in a relationship or in a situation, or just like in a drug or in just food, just anything, you're not going to find it, because it's never going to satisfy. We have to find love within inside ourselves and satisfy our own selves. You know what I'm saying? So we are taught to tune our attention to outside influences to disempower our divine God-given essence. Okay, so when growing up, in the society nowadays, like there's so many things that make you put blinders up. Maybe you didn't want to, but that's just how we were raised, and that's why it's gotten so bad. Like people don't know their God-given, their divinely God-given essence, like the power that they really do have from within, So, when we fear the loss of love, we begin the journey towards endless suffering. So to feel like you are without, that is going to cause you to suffer. Okay. So you can't really blame anything else. Like, I mean, to live blamelessly is to live holy, and to not blame anything or anybody else or any situation, because it's like, well, you can sit there and blame that person, or you can blame that situation, or you can blame everything in the book that you can even imagine or think about, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for how you feel on the inside. You are responsible, so it's just like you can give your expectation to this, you can give your expectation to that, but you can't control them. I mean, they have the responsibility for themselves as well, just like everybody else. We're all living together, right? And so we got to coexist, and we're trying to find this harmonic balance, and I feel like it's just the beginning of finding that, because we've gotten so lost in this domino effect that it's time for the butterfly. You feel me? So, loving attitudes create loving outcomes. With love, we can attain the seemingly impossible. Without it, we become lost, destabilized, and uninspired. Okay, so without love, we're going to be unmotivated. We're going to sit there. We're going to be maybe depressed. Like we're going to be on those low vibes, but love can do anything. Love can cure anything. Like that is really where the power is that's our empowerment, to have love within inside ourselves. We can heal. We could, just with words, or like, Jesus, like, okay, I'm not religious, but I am spiritual, and I'm not down for separation. Okay, I would like the harmony of things, but Jesus, like put his hand on a person and bang, he can see, the blind can see, and so like it's kind of like that. And that's exactly what it is like when you start leveling up your consciousness, right? Just like Jesus did, he went within, he listened to his intuition, he leveled up his consciousness, got these spiritual gifts that he was like for abilities. And love is really what it is. I mean, he knew of divine love, and like all these laws that I'm talking about, it's just that's really what it is. That's how you develop a psychic ability, is to kill the ego first and foremost, which you can watch in my other my other video, because the ego really holds you back from so much, and it keeps you in those low vibing frequencies, you know. And to raise your vibration is to raise your consciousness, and that's what the goal is, like, for the planet, you know what I'm saying? And like us human beings, like, we're all here to try to work in harmony, to find harmony, all with like one unit, like, you know, we'll get there, you know. It's a progression, not perfection just yet, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, loving attitudes can create loving outcomes. Okay. So like it really can transform and do anything. Anything with love is possible. Okay. For real. And then 2, I hope I say this right. Okay. So benevolence. Okay. So that's like giving, doing something good for a partner or a specific person or just somebody else. That is like the goodwill charity, like, to somebody else. And that's not something that you would hold over anyone's head. This is giving without expectation. Okay. So it's an actual gift, you know, it's a good, healthy gift, right? So love is incorruptible, innocent, and sacred. Okay, when you truly know love, it's incorruptible, it's innocent, and it's sacred, right? It stands open, naked, and empty of any desires, right? So when you feel love, you don't ever feel like you are without. You are grateful. You feel like you have everything that you need in the present moment. And trust me, the universe will make a way. God will make a way, and he will always provide. Okay, so the higher power, or whatever you believe, will always provide. Okay, so it's just being in that state of being grateful, and your blessings will be able to come to you, you know. So we are the only people that stand in the way of our blessings not coming to us, right? So love carries no judgments and is the ultimate liberator of fear. So if you have love in your heart, you're not going to fear man. You're not going to fear all these other things, you know, that everybody that nowadays seem to fear so much, you know, because like love and pure divine love, you're going to feel safe, secure, you know, you're going to, you know, you're going to know who you are. And then you're going to have that like raised consciousness to where like, you're going to be more aware. You're going to be more in tuned. You're going to be more woke, you know, to the reality of what really reality is. Because right now I feel like we're living in an illusion. We're living in like a governmental matrix, you know, we're living in a bunch of trickery, you know, and just like people like the government, and not just the government, but just like a lot of people like, you know, picking up on this influence, right? Just maybe gaslighting and making people think and other things that they really don't even think in the first place, you know, just influencing another person to not be woke, right? So it's the liberator of all fear, right? So love conquers fear. And when we give loving kindness, the heart can truly come alive, right? So when we give loving, sorry, that's loud. When we give loving kindness, the heart can truly come alive. So it's like the gift of giving. Okay. So when you give love, it also makes you feel good. Okay. It's satisfactory. Like it literally fulfills it fulfills you when you do something good for somebody and don't expect anything in return, because that's like a true intention. That's you giving off your energy, because everything is energy, right? So you giving that loving energy to somebody else, they're gonna receive that. It's gonna make them feel good, whether if they say it or not, you know. And it makes you feel good as well, knowing what you did, you know. And it's nothing to go boast about. It's nothing, you know. It's to keep it to yourself, you know. And it'll empower you in ways. So the benevolence is the quality of goodwill towards others, okay? And then be ever mindful, heart awakened to the awareness that love is ever present. So it's always around, you know, it's just the choice and the perception that we have. It's we need to wake up our consciousness to really be able to see it, to know it, to feel it, right? Yeah, dude, that makes sense though. I mean, like without our consciousness like woken up, we're not going to be able to see any of these things, you know. And that's why a lot of people don't even believe in love in the first place. You know, they look at it like it's a toxic thing because so many people are not woke to what it really is. And so that's what we're trying to get to, right? Yeah, right. So develop tolerance and deep understanding for all beings, and you will know the true essence of love. So it's really just allowing another person to be who they are. It's really allowing them to feel how they want to feel. It's not controlling anything, but to tolerate everybody for their own individual selves, because don't you want to be able to be yourself? And, you know, like, don't you want to be able to say what you want to say when you want to say it, you know, without hurting anybody, of course, you know, like, I mean, like being rude, you know, with that intention, but just being true to yourself, you know. But if you don't allow other people to be true to themselves, you know, and you take everything personally, and then it makes them feel like, okay, well, I can't be myself because this person's gonna freak out on me, you know, for just saying like, hey, I like chocolate, this person likes vanilla, you know, and they're like all mad because you like chocolate and not vanilla like them, you know, like ego or something, you know. And it's just like, so just to tolerate everybody for who they are, who they want to be, because we're all here living our own journey, right? Our own life, our own spirit, our own soul. It's our job to make ourselves happy and not control anybody else. Okay, so number 3, intelligence. And I love this. Okay, this is like emotional intelligence is a person's ability to be aware of, control, and express emotions in a healthy manner. Okay, so this is amazing. This would be an amazing thing for a relationship, is emotional like intelligence, because it's like to be aware of and control and express emotions. And nowadays people like they don't, I mean, and it's okay, you know, like a lot of you guys, a lot of everybody, a lot of your friends and family members, so it's just like nothing to take personally. It's just something that if we wake up to, we can start taking control of it, and we can learn and we can develop, right? So love is the aperture of all divine thought. I forgot to Google aperture. But it arises as an omnipresent, so like all-knowing field of all that is. And when the two meet, they come into union, right? So it's like, to kind of explain this is like that emotional intelligence. It's like, so when you're in a relationship or a friendship, or you just know a stranger down the street, or you know anybody, right? You're going to know them, right? And so like to have that emotional intelligence, that empathy, to notice when someone's not feeling good, or to notice when someone's angry, upset, you know, and to when to just like notice it for what it is. And so you're going to be able to know when to come to them and what to say, you know, to help them calm down, or just, you know, just being that awareness, that omnipresent, right? That like, I'm not saying like an all-knowing, like you're gonna know everything. You're not gonna know everything. No one knows everything, you know. But to be patient, to be kind, you know. Emotional intelligence in a relationship is just a beautiful thing, you know. So that way it's a good, effective communication, you know. And from there you can like build, you know, and actually grow into love, you know. And it's a beautiful thing. So we're the living, breathing union of these two overseeing principles merging within the heart. So it is the innermost calling, the truth. The truth can only be felt in the heart. So the truth is only felt in the heart. So when you know something and your intuition, or just your feeling, right? And it's just like, don't deny what you feel. You know, do not deny what you feel, because it might just get you in a load of stuff you don't want to be in, that you cannot blame anyone else for. You know, so the truth can be felt in the heart. Okay, so it's just like not the mind, not what everyone's taught you, not what the government's taught you, not what schools taught you, not what the worldly things are teaching you, right? Don't trick yourself. It's what you feel like is right for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like something like, oh, what's right for you, meaning like, oh, if I do this, that's okay, and if you guys don't, then it's not okay or something, you know. No, like don't make excuses for things, you know, like just do what's right for you, and make sure you're being honest with yourself, you know. So don't be tricking yourself, you know what I'm saying? So love is the truth, and truth is love. Okay, so then we have 4, which is ever presence. Love is the grand destroyer of all illusions. Okay, and it is omnipresent, timeless, and whole. It cannot be divided. It's the grand awakener into all light. Love is the essence behind all of creation, and therefore it's holy and divine. Okay, our hearts create electromagnetic waves that influence the world around us. So our energy, right? When we project our energy off, like when whatever we give to anything, like whatever we're the effort, energy that we are giving into anything, people notice it in the world around us. You know, like one person can influence anything. You know, one person can change the world, you know, but it takes a village as well, you know what I'm saying? So it takes the harmony and the union of everybody and everything, you know. Like a group effort, you know, would be better, you know, but it just starts with one, you know. It really does, you know. One idea can get you all these other ideas, you know, from everybody else, and it's like group teamwork, dreamwork stuff, right? So everything is energy. Everything is brought into being with the power of love. So love transcends all dimensions and transforms all reality. So like I said, love can really do anything. Anything is possible with love, like that true, genuine love, you know. And sometimes like you may feel like you're not getting love back, And that's okay. You know, you're not loving to get anything back. You know, love is for yourself. It's internal. Once you feel it for yourself, it's for you. So don't be selfish with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because that selfishness is not of love. So if you're selfish with it, that's not of love. So love, everything's energy, everything's brought into being through the power of love. So like, just the idea, like God, you know, God made, or the universe, the divine God created everything with love, you know, like he just, oh, I'm just going to do this because I'm bored and I'm just going to do this. No, he had an idea behind this thing. He had love. Like, he loves every single one of us. He loves, like, all of our souls, you know, completely, you know, whether if you feel like he doesn't or not, you know, it's just really your perception on it, you know, because he does, and it's there, it's ever present. And the moment that you learn of the true essence and value and worth of love, you will have it for yourself, you know, and then you can transcend, you can ascend, or you can evolve, you know. So it's ever present. It's always around, you know. It's just to be able to pick up on it, to wake up to it and be like, dang, it's the beauty in the chaos. There's been beauty the whole time, you know. So 5, splendor, which is like richness, glory, brilliance, gorgeous appearance, magnificent. So like, in order to truly know love, we must allow it to enter our being and invite it to remain as a permanent state of our presence. So it's really all up to each individual. And it's self-love is a process. It is a process, because you have to go back to all your trauma that you felt, you know, and back to the ego. It takes killing of the ego to even allow yourself to feel love, to know love, to experience love, you know. So it's just really up to each person and individual. And if you want to feel love, if you want to feel what it truly is, forgive yourself, forgive others, you know. Forgiveness is a powerful thing, you know, because you can't control anybody else, you know. So if you want that for yourself, you want that for your kids or anybody that you love around, do it for yourself, and people will notice, and they will be inspired, you know. So love heals all wounds. It does not seek for another, it does not seek for another, or is desirous of any truth. Like, love is love. Okay, it doesn't sit back like, all right, well, I need somebody to prove some shit to me. No, love is already love. You don't need to explain it. Like, I mean, you gotta help, you know, other people, you know, but love is found within inside ourselves, you know. So first and foremost, you know, and you don't ever have to explain yourself. Like, if you feel love, like, you don't have to listen to the gaslighting stuff. It doesn't a desire for any truth or any proof or anything like that. Like, you are, like, if you find love for yourself, you're like, that's exactly what self-love is. So you got a bunch of people around you, say, like, for example, like my experiences, right? So I've had so many people just gaslight me, you know, and it's okay. I love them anyway, you know. And it's just like, I was able to step back and see the bigger picture of everything, that they really didn't know of love for themselves. And so it's not nothing that I'm going to be mad about, or, you know, I completely forgive it. But it's like, they always like seeked for me to answer those questions, or to entertain their gaslighting or their rude comments, you know, or trying to break me down and stuff. And it's like, I don't need to seek any truth for this. Like, I like love, you already know with love, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just something I'd be like, pew, 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 gotta go, you know, like, for real. Because like, to stick around and stuff that doesn't make you feel good, that's not really loving yourself, you know. So it takes courage and it takes strength for sure. But 6, resonance, right? So love is the ultimate resilience. It invites us to return to our inherent nature again and again. Love is beyond belief, for it needs no proof of its value. If we learn to love wholeheartedly, continuously, and playfully, we would know true value and worth. Love is the heart of all creation. So what is renaissance, though? I think I'm saying it right. Resonance, yeah. So like, resonance is like when one object vibrating at the same natural frequency of a second object, it forces that second object into vibrational motion, right? So resonance is like, it's like it's like a vibration that harmonizes heart to heart. So basically, it's like, if you got one person vibrating at a frequency, right, higher than this, or this object or this person vibrating at this frequency, you know, you can impact people, you know, for real. It's love is resilient. You know, love will come to light. Okay. Like, so like, even though things may look dark right now, imagine, like, this is how I kind of see it, the Big Bang, right? So boom, everything's completely incomplete. And then as you start going to fight for harmony, right? Like you're going into harmony, right? You're going to end up having two sides. You're going to have the dark, and then you're going to have the light, which is love. Okay. And so it's crazy how it's, the dark and the light, how it, the big bang, but God is real. I do believe in God, but this is like kind of the science behind it too, everything kind of goes together. That's why I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. Okay. But you got the light and the dark can come up to the light once they know of the light. But once you know of the light, you know of it. So there is no going back down. And so then that's how we're going to find the harmony, because people are going to end up waking up, right? Yeah. That's kind of how I see it, or how I would explain it, right? And so number 7, immanence, right? So love is the ever-being gift that keeps on blooming. Okay, so it is our ultimate treasury of wealth and wisdom. Love anoints our being with the invitation of life, the promise of awareness, and the gift of wisdom. So love's unending promise is a gift, and receiving the gift of love uplifts our being. So it's really all about, like, are you willing to be receptive to it? Have you gone back and accepted everything for what it was or is, or have you found acceptance, in the first place, and it's just like forgiveness as well, because no one's perfect, man. Like, we're all living our life trying to do the right thing, to the best of our ability, and some people haven't even started trying to do the right thing for themselves because they don't even know there is a right thing to begin with, like people are already born into brokenness, and so like, you can't blame anybody for not really knowing of love, but once you know of love, you will know of it, and there is no backtrack. So I just really hope and pray that, you can be able to start that journey for yourself, to want to feel good, it's better for your health. I don't know. But yes, that's what I got this for you. This is the 7 spiritual laws of love, and so whatever you focus on, you can manifest your reality. So whatever you focus on, that's what you're going to manifest. So the universe doesn't know a yes or no. The universe doesn't know that. The universe only knows focus. Okay, so it's like really where you put your thoughts, where you choose to put them, and so if you want to know of love, if you actually want to feel love inside yourself, you have to go within, and that involves, a whole lot of different things about self-love, and I'll probably try to like make some other videos about self-love just to help, but I meet so many people, and I've met so many people that don't know of love, and they're sad, and they're depressed, and they just hate life. They think they hate life, but it's just really all about waking people up and trying to get people to wake up. And you can't control anybody. You only know it for yourself. So if you know it for you, maybe you can share the knowledge that but you can't really make anyone listen either. Okay, so to try to control is not of love either. So anyway, I'm Taylor Rose. I'm gonna go because it's already like almost 30 minutes. It's all right. Okay.